Hey friends, I'm JoMo, and today we're going to be playing Stardew Valley. Come join me. Morning, everyone. Let's check the weather quickly and then turn off the fire before we head outside. It's a really hot day in Stardew Valley today, so let's give Shomi lots of water. And it's important that everything gets water on a hot day, including you. It's really important to stay hydrated when you're doing things like playing outside in the sun, and also, not to mention, watering our garden. It's also important to keep all of our plants and crops hydrated as well. That's why every single day we water them just a little bit so that they can stay hydrated and suck up all the water and nutrients from the soil, and also to grow tall and to grow strong. We have a busy day in Stardew Valley today, and we have a special trip planned. We're going to be visiting the Sunshine Coast Nursery. Do you know what a nursery is? A nursery is a place where people propagate, transplant, and grow plants so that they can be sold to other people. Nurseries also have lots of equipment for gardeners and farmers like us. They have pots, all kinds of fertilizers, soil amendments, they have seeds, they even have water fountains and all kinds of cool sculptures that you can put in your garden. Now that we have our upgraded axe, we can actually chop down really thick pieces of hardwood, like this one. When we chop down these big tree trunks, it also gives us a special type of material called hardwood that we need for building things on our farm, like barns, chicken coops, and other things as well. Let's head down to the forest and see if there's any wild foraging we can do, and then see down here if there's any wild spring onions. Why don't you count how many there are? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10 spring onions. How high can you count, by the way? Let's head back up around here and head into Pelican Town. Let's say hi to Willie quickly. Hey Willie, if you want to make friends with Elliot, you can't go wrong with lobster. Wow, good to remember that. Maybe we'll catch a lobster for Elliot later. Hey Sam. One sec, I gotta beat this level. It looks like Sam's playing video games. Hey Sebastian. What? I didn't hear you. I'm busy thinking about something. What do you want? Just saying hi. I'm feeling an urge to go shopping. I wish there was a mall here, says Haley. You smell like grass, says Jas. Dad's coming back soon. I hope he brings me some toys, says Vincent. This is such a small town. You can't avoid meeting everyone, says Penny. I wonder what it's like to live in the city. Do you live in a city? I'd love to hear about it. So head over to my website, go to this video, and scroll to the bottom of the page to leave me a comment. I just wanted to check the community corkboard here. It looks like it's Shane's birthday today, and Emily needs an amethyst as well. Hey Abigail, how's it going? The fresh mountain air is nice on a day like this. I wonder if the frogs will make an appearance soon. Frogs! Have you ever seen a real frog before in real life? We're just gonna buy some seeds from Pierre. We're gonna get some parsnips. We don't have enough money to buy any fruit trees, but we will soon. We're actually also gonna need some fertilizer because I want these parsnips to grow big and strong, and I also want them to grow a little faster. Using fertilizer in your soil and with your plants can give them all kinds of nutritious benefits that will help them grow bigger, stronger, and maybe a little faster. But too much fertilizer isn't good for your garden. If you find any wild produce, I'll take it off your hands for a reasonable price. That's nice of Pierre to say. Pierre's so good at helping us be farmers because he buys vegetables from us. He also supplies us with seeds. Let's head down to the beach, and I wonder if we can find Shane there. But before we do that, I'm feeling kind of hungry. So let's try one of these wild spring onions we just picked. Ew! Spring onions and other kinds of onions are not very good raw. Spring onions and other onions, like red onions or white onions, are way better when you cook them a little bit and use them with other food. Wow! We just found a lost book. We'll return it to the library soon. Hey, there's Elliot. Hey, Elliot. You probably wouldn't like it inside my cabin. It's dark and full of spiders. Actually, I don't mind spiders. A lot of people get scared of spiders, but did you know that spiders are actually really good for the ecosystem because all they do is sit somewhere and catch annoying pests like mosquitoes or fruit flies. Spiders are really good to have in your garden. If you find a spider, make sure to put it outside safely and don't kill it. Let's head back up to Pelican Town and keep looking for Shane. I wonder if Shane's working right now. Shane works at the superstore up across the bridge from Pierre's, but I wonder if Shane is in the Stardrop Saloon yet. It's only 1:30 p.m., so he might not be there. Hey Gus, I know what Shane likes for his birthday though. Let's get Shane a big glass of beer. Do you know what beer is? Beer is an alcoholic drink that is for adults only. It's kind of like a treat, and too much is not very good for you, just like any other foods or drinks. Hey Abigail, there's Abigail enjoying the nice calm river on the stone bridge. But we're headed over to JoMo to see if Shane's working. I don't like going into JoMo because it's so bright and it's too big. Make sure your boots are clean before you go stomping around in my house, says Pam. Whoa, it's annoying to clean a mess. You should know that by now. I think Pam is just letting us know what she prefers if we come visit, and we'll be sure to take our boots off before coming into Pam's house. It doesn't look like Shane is here. Welcome to JoMo. How is your weekend going? Membership is now available. With a JoMo membership, you'll be able to make improvements in the community with the help of our dedicated personnel, for a fee, of course. Oh, and another thing, Mayor Lewis promised us that if anyone else joined up, he'd let us turn that old community center into a JoJo warehouse. Isn't that wonderful? Membership costs 5,000 gold? What? That's way too much money. For 5,000 gold, we could get so many seeds from Pierre and also a bunch of fruit trees as well. And it looks like Pierre carries just as much as JoMo does. So let's keep shopping with Pierre. Well, we didn't find Shane in JoMo, and I wonder if Shane's at Marnie's house, because that's where he lives. Did you know that Shane lives with Marnie and also takes care of all the blue chickens? I used to love looking at the clouds, but I have trouble seeing these days. My eyes just don't work as well as they used to. That's okay, Granny. Hey, Caroline. Is it just me, or does Abigail have an unhealthy interest in doom and gloom? Maybe I'm just too old to understand. Hey, Jody. Hi. Need something? Just saying hi. Did you know that Abigail is the daughter of Caroline and Pierre? Oh, there's Emily leaving her place. Let's go see if Shane's at Marnie's. I wonder if he's there, and we can give him his birthday present. Hey Marnie, how's it going? Have you been to that strange tower west of my house? One time, I heard this terrible noise coming from there. I would avoid that place if I were you. Interesting. I think Marnie's talking about M. Rasmodius Wizard. But for now, while we keep looking for Shane, why don't you come join me at the Sunshine Coast Nursery? Do you know what a nursery is, by the way? A nursery is where people take care of plants and grow them and then sell them to the community. Lots of people go to nurseries to get plants and other crops and other things for their own gardens or for something they're building. Look at all these water fountains. Water fountains are great to have in your garden. And look at that big iron Buddha statue. Isn't that cool? Nurseries have all kinds of interesting things, and I love going to nurseries whenever I see them. Not only do they have all kinds of really interesting plants and trees and other things too, but they have all kinds of interesting sculptures that you can put in your garden, like these little dog statues as well. Look at all the beautiful fountains and vines and all sorts of other magical things. Most nurseries also have compost and soil mounds that you can take, like right here. This is mushroom manure. So this is a really good soil amendment for any kind of garden. Manure comes in all kinds of different ways. It can come as horse poo manure, mushroom manure, or other forms of manure as well. We have some hydrangeas over here. Hydrangeas are a really low maintenance, easy to take care of plant that bring all sorts of pollinators like bees and butterflies to your garden. And they're really beautiful to look at too. Look at this funny little frog playing a clarinet, and also these little standing wooden weasel statues. It looks like they come as a little family. So I hope whoever buys those is gonna buy all of them so they can stick together. And over here in the nursery is just a bunch of beautiful perennial flowers that probably bloom every year. A big part of a nursery is selling things that attract healthy and beneficial insects to your garden. And over here, we have what's called Hens and Chicks. It's a succulent plant, and succulents retain lots of water. There's a bunch of other plants over here, but I wanted to show you these cinquefoils here. Cinquefoils are another spring flowering perennial that blooms into beautiful flowers that all kinds of insects love. We have some air plants over here that are really interesting. And over here, I was so excited to show this to you. This is what's called a pitcher plant. And a pitcher plant is one plant in the kingdom of carnivorous plants. A carnivorous plant is a plant that actually eats other insects. Isn't that interesting? It uses nectar to attract insects. And then once the insects start eating the nectar, they fall into a deep cavity that is created by the pitcher plant, and then the insects fall into digestive liquids inside the plant. Another cool carnivorous plant that you might know is called a Venus flytrap. And look at all these beautiful seeds here from Renee's garden. They have all kinds of stuff like herbs, tomatoes, vegetables, cat grass, peppers. They have all kinds of other things like squash, onions, lettuce, pumpkins. The list goes on and on. One of my favorite things about nurseries is choosing all kinds of cool seeds that I'm gonna try planting next spring at the beginning of the growing season. Each seed and plant needs to be started at a specific time of year. For example, tomatoes are really good to start early spring inside your home. Thanks so much for coming to join me for this tour at the Sunshine Coast Nursery. Have you ever been to a nursery before? If so, I'd love to hear about it. And there's Leah. I love to decorate for the different seasons. Me too. I love making pumpkins when it's Halloween. Have you ever made a pumpkin before? Shane's not in the Stardrop Saloon yet either. Let's go outside and maybe we'll see him walking. Oh, there's Shane. Let's finally give Shane his birthday present. Hey Shane, happy birthday. Is it my birthday today? I guess it is. Thanks. This is nice, says Shane. What is something that you've gotten for your birthday that you really enjoyed? My arms are really sore, but that's a sign of progress for a guy like me. I must have done 1,000 push-ups yesterday. Wow. Alex is really good at exercising. What kind of exercise do you like to do? Oh, hey Maru, how's it going? Do you know my dad, Demetrius? He's a scientist. I have a lot of fun helping him out in the lab. Cool. Do you know anyone who's a scientist? Maybe a scientist is something that you want to be when you grow up. What do you think? Hey Robin. Our house is in such a beautiful area, don't you think? I love the fresh air of the mountains. Let's see if compounds in the rhizosphere contain sufficient levels. Sorry, I was pondering some data. Do you need anything? No, we don't need anything. We're just saying hi. But it's also getting really late, so it's time to go home to bed. We had such a big day in Stardew Valley. We did a big watering of all of our plants. We even found Shane and gave Shane his birthday present. We went to the Sunshine Coast Nursery. We visited the beach and found a lost book. And now it's time to practice a bit of mindfulness before bed. Why don't you do some breathing with me?